afternoon. My name is Sally Myers, and I am the founder of the Paris and Menifee Valley Chambers of Commerce Student of the Month program, and I'd like to welcome you all today. We are just grateful that we can gather together in this great country and celebrate the achievements and accomplishments of such outstanding students. And I know our meals are being served by Miss Nancy, but we're going to take a moment and we're going to ask you all to please stand. And as tradition in the Student of the Month program, we're going to pray. And Dina Saporsky is going to pray for us, and she is with Student Venture, and they're represented on, I think, all of our campuses here. So if you would please pray, and then our mayor of the city of Paris, Daryl Bush, will then lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Miss Dina.
Let's pray. Lord, we just thank you so much for amazing, wonderful men and women represented in this room, all being able to be gathered together to honor every student here that has worked so hard, men and women of integrity that have gotten them to this place. I pray that they would feel honored and special. And Lord, I just pray that you would just continue to guide and direct them for the future, reminding them of who you are, who you've created them to be, and Lord God, that they are the world changers. And Lord, I just pray that you would just put a special blessing on them today and bless this food to our bodies and the rest of the afternoon. In your name I pray. Amen. Amen.
Do you know the words?
I know the first one. That's the important one.
I can help you.
Yeah. Everyone would join me, student, to our flag. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You are welcome to be seated, and thank you so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. Our program Our program in Paris and Menifee began 15 years ago in 1998, and so we are celebrating our 15th season of honoring these fabulous students. The mission and history of our program is the same today as it was 15 years ago, and I want to, in particular right now, ask all of our parents to raise your hand, because as I read our parents of our students, okay. I know we have a lot of parents of our students, okay. That is great. And the mission statement is very important because it is truly the guidelines by which all of our students are selected for our program. And so I want to be able to share with you, and so parents, I think that you will appreciate this very much. And our Student of the Month program is a nonprofit organization, and we do honor and recognize local students, but they must be college bound. And they are selected for their character, for their love of learning, for their ability to juggle numerous activities between school activities, athletics, community service, or the ability to persevere through very challenging life circumstances in a setting, which is extremely important, that honors God, our country, community, family, and something that is very dear to my heart as the owner of the Sizzler, free enterprise, which is something that I will say I will fight for every day of my life. So that's all I'm going to say. And that is what our Student of the Month program is about. And if it wasn't for these outstanding business leaders, our school district, and other nonprofit organizations that come together and give of their time and their money, but I got to tell you, time is almost more valuable than money, we would not have our program today. And so our sponsors come every single month because they really enjoy hearing the stories of our students, hearing victories, hearing success over challenges, and being able to come together and just say hallelujah and amen, because the future of our great nation is truly in the hands of the young people that have the right attitude, the right values, the right morals, and the right ethics. And that is what our program is all about. So I had lived a little bit of my mission statement. Okay. But I figure I have the license to do so. So I would like to be able to introduce all of our students and our principals. And I'm looking for my little list. Sarah, where did I put my program? Oh, can I borrow yours? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. From Paloma Valley High School, I would like you to meet our principal, Brian Morris. And so if you would please stand, Brian. And your student is Rachel Alice, is it Schlosser? Am I saying that correct? Schlosser. And your family, please stand. Let's give you all a great round of applause. And from Paris Lake High School, our principal is Dr. Narciso Iglesias, and our student is Melinda Hernandez, and your family, please. From Heritage High School, our principal is Julie Zerol, and our student is Jamal Lee Morrow, and your family, please. And I was just chatting with Jamal about how he did his own tie, so which is very impressive in a young man today, yes. And from Paris High School, we have our principal, Dr. Lynn Sheffield, and our student is Alejandro Contreras Urrutia, yes, and your family, please. And I'll tell you one of the things that I love about our Student of the Month program in Paris. I love the family coming together to celebrate and honor our students. And there's nothing more pleasing to me than that. So I just want you all to know. And I'd like to give a big thank you to all of our volunteers, because those of you that are running your own business, you are a principal at your school or a superintendent or your nonprofit organization, you know that it's very important to surround yourself with leaders, people that are committed and dedicated. And we have many committed and dedicated folks in our program that actually do all the behind the scenes work that make it so that I can just pull up, park in the parking lot and walk in, and Allah, it all runs. And it runs with a lot of dedicated support. And so I'd like to introduce our chairs. We have Sarah Rico and Lori Ortel, and they're in the back over here, and they are with the Paris Union High School District. So thank you, ladies, very much. And thank you, Jonathan, for allowing us to enjoy their support. Really do. We have our scholarship ladies. They are not here today, but they're Carrie Zamora and Andrea Donahue with the Better World Trust, and they help administrate our scholarship program. We have an accountant. Her name is Kim Garcia, and she is with KSG and Associates. And she's just an incredible lady that helps me with all of our bookkeeping and our accounting. And when I am absent, we have this fabulous celebrity in town who is our MC, and that is Dr. Jonathan Greenberg. And last month you MC'd on my behalf, and he did it at the last minute. I know I can call if I have to be out of town, and Jonathan is always there, so thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that very much. And we have two folks that are just very important to our organization in the area of development, and they are continually bringing new people in or getting new gift certificates for us. And one is our mayor for the city of Paris, and that is Mayor Daryl Bush. So thank you very much, Daryl, for that. I appreciate it. And also Dorothy Wallens with the Menifee Chamber of Commerce, and she also is out there always looking out for our program, and that's important that we have that. And then our server today is Nancy, and so we just appreciate Nancy. And since Randy Hughes is in here looking through the little camera, Randy is actually our video coordinator. I call him the guru. And he sits out right outside here, and he brings students from Paloma Valley High School, and they videotape and then they edit for Time Warner Cable Television, which is compliments from the city of Paris. And so with that, the entire community is able to enjoy our program. So let's give them all a great round of applause. I wanted to now acknowledge all of our lunch sponsors, and I just wanted to let you know that on this program, which Sarah Rico and Lori Ortel put together, it's really divided up quite nicely by categories. We have our meal sponsors, our dignitaries, our gift sponsors. We have our scholarship sponsors on the back, and all of our volunteers. So it's very important for me to know that all of you students and families, when you are going around our community and you're visiting these businesses, please thank them and just acknowledge them. If you happen to go into one of the restaurants or to the bowling alley or any place like that, say thank you, for supporting the Student of the Month program, and let them know that you're a recipient. And that helps them to know that we are thankful and that we're grateful and that we are supporting our local community. So I'm going to introduce those lunch sponsors that are here today. And if you would please raise your hand high, and then we'll do a large round of applause at the end. From Altera Credit Union, we have Cheryl Benjamin, and Cheryl's in the back over here. Hello, Miss Cheryl, and she sponsors several of our programs. And from Ashley Kroenke Inc., we have Eric Kroenke. And where's Mr. Eric? There's Mr. Eric, thank you. And we have the Bank of Hemet, Virginia Figueredo. Thank you, Virginia. From the city of Menifee, we have Councilwoman Sue Christensen. Where is
John looks very good.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
Sue,
and
thank
John,
you.
I know John is our mayor of the city of Menifee, and I understand that this is your last student event as
as mayor.
as mayor. Okay, only as mayor. So we're grateful that you are here and part of our program. From the city of Paris, we have our mayor, Daryl Bush. And we have our council member, Mark Yarborough. And I saw Mark. Where's Mr. Mark? Oh, there you are, Mark. And our city clerk, Judy Honey. Thank you very much. From County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, we have Barry Bush. And I know that he is on his way. From CR&R, we have Nicole Moore and Dolores Sanchez Badillo. So ladies, raise your hand high. Thank you. From International Auto Crafters, Harry Ryan. Harry, raise your hand. Okay. And I know we have Harvey. I'm going, oh my gosh, I got the two of them in the same room. That's exciting. That's great. And from Paris Union High School District, we have Dr. Jonathan Greenberg, whom you have met, Lori Ortel, and Sarah Rico. And so is there anyone else from the district that I may have missed? Okay. From the Riverside County Office of Education, we have Kevin Tibbetts. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you for being here. The Rotary Club of Paris. I know we have some Rotarians, so please raise your hands high. Rotarians. All right, Mayor Bush. Very good. And from the Sizzler, we've got our folks here. And from Star Milling Company, we have Bill Kramer in the back over there. Thank you, Bill. And from Vistera Credit Union, we have Matt Nolasco. Is Matt here? I missed him? Okay. And do we have any of our ladies here from Wells Fargo? So I believe that is it. Did I miss anyone that maybe that Bank of Hemet? I have.
They're coming up, okay.
I have them. Yes, so I already introduced Virginia. So that's great. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, students, I want you to all look at me right here, and parents, because I'm going to tell you something very exciting. We have a scholarship. Our program does provide a scholarship. It is a competitive scholarship, which means that in the springtime, you will receive from Sarah and Lori a packet with an application in it. And we will ask you to complete it. You'll write a couple of short essays. You will ask for a couple of letters of recommendation. And then that will be turned back into the school district. And we have members from the community that will judge those applications. And then we will have one student from our schools be able to come back as Student of the Year and receive a scholarship. And as of today, we have 5 scholarships that will be awarded for $1,620. And I guarantee you it will grow, because I'm going to keep throwing out challenges every month for more scholarship dollars to be contributed by all of our wonderful donors. So that is exciting. And I'd like to introduce our scholarship donors that are here today. We have international autocrafters, and you've met I'm doing Harvey and Harry all in one word. Harry and Harvey Ryan. So thank you very much for that. The Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce with Dorothy Wallens. And I know, Dorothy, that you have a number of businesses that joined together to partnership with you this year in that, so we appreciate that. And we have the Paris Union Management Association with Latricia Parker. So we appreciate your scholarship. The Rotary Club of Menifee. I know we have Rotarians in the room, so raise your hands high. Look at that, several of them. And we have Star Milling with Bill Kramer, WLC Architects, Paris Plaza, and the Cordeurs Limited Family Partnership, as well as Fred Good and Associates. So let's please give them a welcome round of applause. And if you are selected and fortunate to come to our very special Student of the Year event and to be awarded that scholarship, there are special gifts that you will receive as Student of the Year. And one is from Swedish Speed and Champion Towing, Mark Yarborough. And also from Costco, you get this great beach towel. So we have several things that come in throughout the year, and it's just a lot of fun. So work very hard, and when you receive that application, we really encourage you to complete that application and get that turned in on time. I'd now like to call up our dignitaries, and I'm going to call them up in the order that they will speak, and y'all will stand right here. We've got your certificates right over here. So we would like to begin first with our two chambers of commerce, and I would like to ask to come up. We've got Dorothy Wallens from the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce and Pastor Ted Norton with the Paris Valley Chamber of Commerce. And then we'd like to have Mayor Darrell Bush and Mark Yarborough from the City of Paris. From the City of Menifee, we have our Council Member John Denver, Heather Love with Senator Emerson's office, Sarah Duquette with Assemblyman Brian Nastandi's office, and Assemblyman Paul Cook today. Our County Supervisor Marion Ashley's representative Barry Bush. We have Kevin Tibbetts with the Riverside County Office of Education, and then we will end with our superintendent, Dr. Jonathan Greenberg of the Paris Union High School District. Thank you.
On behalf of the Menifee Valley and the Paris Valley Chambers of Commerce, we want to say thank you very much as a business community. As employers, as supervisors, we are always looking to have young people that are dedicated, hardworking, creative, can multitask, not only do a good job themselves, but encourage others to do a good job. And so we are honored to give you the certificate, and just looking forward to continuing to partnership with you as a chamber community.
Let me add on to that. Congratulations on behalf of the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce, its board of directors, and our members. I would like to also encourage all of the students, when they do receive all these fabulous certificates that you're about to see, that you use them, you hang them, you make copies of them, you put them in your resumes, you tease your brother and sister, you use it to get out of chores, whatever it takes, use these certificates. And remember, the one from the Paris and the Menifee Valley Chamber of Commerce is in gold.
Good afternoon. Again, I'm Darrell Bush, Mayor of Paris, and it's a pleasure to be here on behalf of the Paris City Council. We think a lot of the Student of the Month. We participate every chance we get. We hardly ever miss a meeting. Mr. Yarborough and I usually both come, and that way if one of us is missing, we still have one here to make the presentation because we think it's that important. We want to say congratulations to every one of the students. Also congratulations to the parents, because we know the parents put a lot into this behind the scene and what have you, and without the parents' support and guidance and everything like that, I'm sure some of these students wouldn't be here. So we want to say congratulations to the parents also. And Mr. Yarborough is going to show off our beautiful student certificates. Not all gold, but it is gold.
Thank you, Mayor. And again, I echo the Mayor's comments. Congratulations to all of the students and the families and everybody that's helped get the students where they are. You pull together on these kind of things, and this is the results you get. So just for the students, just remember that today you are the best of the best, and you're here. So remember that and be proud of it, and a lot of people are proud of you. So on behalf of the City of Paris, my colleagues on the council, congratulations.
And I'm John Denver. I am the mayor for today, at least, of the city of Menifee. You know, I was thinking about what I was going to say. I was going to say to you, when you get a job and you decide to where to work, come to Menifee. If you must, come to Paris. It's perfectly okay. Come back here and work with us. But I've decided not to say that. What I want to say is that, you know, you guys get up in the morning and you have problems. You have things that happen. A class that doesn't go well. A girlfriend that leaves you. Parents you get into a fight with. It never really ends. When you get to be old, like us mayors, what happens is we have these horrible things happen too. We had an election last night, and some of my friends are no longer going to be with me on the council, and they got up this morning and they're having to go find something else to do for their lives to be able to go do, and it all happens in one night. They're going to go do that. They believe that when God slams a door shut, He opens a window, and you go find the window. It doesn't get better, but remember that the training you're getting at school, the training you're getting from your parents will give you strength so you can live through that, like we all have to do. And I want you to notice we have a certificate here to you too, and it's much prettier than the other ones that have been given to you today. So there you go.
Hello, my name is Heather Love, and I'm here on behalf of Senator Bill Emerson. We have gold on the outside and gold on the inside. Maybe not as much as others, but that's okay. But the real thing today is you, the students. You guys have done some amazing things to get here. As the mayor was saying, you guys go through a lot of different things that are really hard to go through. I feel like some things are worse than I did in high school, and I know that wasn't that long ago, but still, I want to congratulate you guys on all of your hard work, your endurance, and the teachers and friends and families that have helped you guys get here. Thank them too, because they're really a big part of your story. So, and also, I do want to encourage you guys to come back to the community once you're after college and really just continue to make this community better than it already is. So again, congratulations on behalf of Senator Bill Emerson.
On behalf of Assemblyman Brian Estandi and Paul Cook, congratulations. You put a lot of hard work into your efforts, and you should be very, very proud. Only very few of you actually make it here. Think about how many hundreds of students that you go to school with, and you're here today. So be very, very proud. Keep up the good work. Graduation is right around the college, and everything that you're learning now, put it to work in college and come on back. And once again, congratulations.
Good afternoon. It's an honor and a privilege to be here representing Riverside County Superintendent Schools Kenneth Young, and we have some achievement certificates for you. I congratulate you as the proud owner of a former Student of the Month recipient. I know firsthand the level of effort and dedication and support that it takes to reach this level of achievement. So our congratulations to you. We have a certificate for you. It's a portrait style as opposed to landscape, so we're different in that kind of way. Thank you and congratulations.
Okay, students, well, before I show you the certificate and tell you that you don't mind your P's and Q's between now and June, I won't give you a high school diploma. And you can't go to Washington State without a high school diploma. I want to introduce our governing board members that are here that help make this possible. President of our governing board, Mr. Eric Kroenke, Vice President Joan Cooley, and board member Bill Holstrom. Thank you very much. Now, I have a number of tasks here, but the first one is, this is the gold seal of the United States Congress. So all those nice certificates that you got earlier, blah, blah, blah. This is the one from Washington, D.C. So on behalf of Congressman Darrell Issa, who I believe is our congressman for just a very short period of time, then we're transitioning to a different congressperson, but on behalf of Congressman Darrell Issa, who was reelected last night, I might add that you are getting a certificate of special congressional recognition. So this is like the gold medal. This is the one you definitely, as somebody said earlier, Dorothy said, this is what you want to hold over your brothers and sisters and even your aunts and uncles, because they weren't students of the month either. So congratulations on behalf of the congressman. And on behalf of the Paris Union High School District, we have these things called thank you notes. This may be foreign to some of you, but this is a very important thing that you learn as you move ahead in life, is that you didn't do this alone. It starts with your parents, your family members, the people you go to church with, who inspired you, your teachers, everybody that you come into contact with that's had a positive impact. So it's always good to remind them that they're very appreciated. And we are giving you a list inside your bag that Sally is standing next to, playing Vanna for me. It's the Student of the Month sponsor list. And our expectation, students, because you're all A students anyway, is that you're going to write these thank you notes by tonight. No. by tomorrow night. And then you'll give you'll put in the envelope, you put the person's name and address, you know how to do a letter, and then you send it down to the district office, the principal will, and we'll pay for the postage. But again, we want you to thank these businesses, because in the worst time, financial time since the Great Depression, our support for this program has been steady. Our businesses continue to understand that the students in this community are important and their education is paramount to our future and to their future. So please make sure you do this, and also please make sure, as Sally said earlier, that you frequent these businesses, that you go there. You're going to buy the things other places, buy them from them, because they're the ones that put this program on. So we thank them very much, and I think that's it for me right now, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Anyway, students, before this is really important. It's home to all of us. In the last few years, we've had some really bad luck for seniors, students graduating high school. They start to get a little euphoric and start thinking the end is near in terms of graduating. You have your whole life ahead of you. And we dedicated a jersey for a graduating senior at Heritage High School. He had graduated the year before, a wonderful young man, Donovan Adams. And we also had to bury him because he was in a car accident. And just being kids, just being teenagers, driving too fast, having a good time. So I can't imagine, students, if you can just imagine what your parents are thinking of, the worst thing in life would be to bury a child. And so as a school district, we had 4 students die from Paris High School a few years back as well during their senior year. So it's important that you do well in school. It's important that you respect everybody in your life that's helped make you successful, but respect yourself. Don't put yourself in a dangerous situation and end up putting your parents in the hopeless situation of having to deal with that for the rest of their lives. On behalf of the school district, we congratulate you on your achievement.
Thank you. I always enjoy listening to those great words of wisdom by all of our dignitaries. Well, you can see this table over here. I call it the wow factor. It's got all these gifts and bags and special things so that you can go around to the communities of Paris and Menifee, even Murrieta and Temecula, and enjoy just all kinds of fun. And so I'm going to share a little bit of what we have up here as well. From Altura Credit Union, you've got this great cold cup. So thank you, Cheryl, for that. And Creative Printing provides the thank you notes. International Auto Crafters, I have to say, gives this really neat bag right over here. And I always like to touch it, and I like to get real close to it because they have fresh baked cookies in it. And I keep thinking one of these days I'm going to snatch one, but I'd always make sure the students get to go home with all their cookies. But there's several special gifts that they custom design for you in that bag, so we always appreciate that. Thank you very much. From New Life Fellowship and Pastor Ted, you get a very special Bible, and they also provide the Kleenex so that when we have our tears of joy, when the students are speaking and their families up here, we have tissue for you. Compliments of Pastor Ted. Appreciate that. And you have from Vistera Credit Union, you've got a great water bottle. Is there someone here from Vistera and I just didn't see them? I know I mentioned it earlier. I thought maybe they would have come in. And from the Paris Union High School District, you've got some movie tickets. Of course, you have your postage and for your thank you cards, and you have a special DVD from the Paris Union High School District that will be given to all the students. And there are so many other gifts and goodies in here. A lot of restaurants, local restaurants. You even get the opportunity to burn off a few calories because you're going to get to go to enjoy some miniature golfing and some bowling, and then you're going to eat a little bit more and you can do some more miniature golfing and bowling. So we just really want to show you that this community supports you and they want you to truly enjoy going around town and having a great time and being careful while you're going around town. And we also have, I want to tell you, from the city of Menifee and from the city of Paris, they've got some great gifts for you as well. So everybody really pitches in. All of our communities and our chambers of commerce provide special gifts for you because they honor you and they value your commitment to our community and to your education and family. So I would now like to be able to share with you a little bit about our program works. I know that students and families are all waiting on pins and needles for this special part, and so are we. So the presentation of students works very simple. Each school will come up, they'll have their special turn, and we will go in the same order as the program. So today, our program will be with Paloma Valley High School first, then Paris Lake High, then Heritage High School, and then we will conclude with Paris High School. And the way that will work is that when you come forward, we'll have the students stand right here, not back over here, but right up here by the podium, and then the family will stand on this side, nice and close, because Randy and the students are taking a video of this. We want to make sure that everybody is in the video for the TV, and then we'll have the principal and the students stand right here. Now, this is important that the mic goes up and the mic goes down, and you want to make sure you speak into the mic, not back here, but right into the microphone so that everybody can hear you as well. And if for some reason you're real tall and the mic's here, I'm going to run over like a little mouse, and I'm going to do it like this and do it like that, okay? So let's just make sure that we do that. That would be great. And then the principal will say a few words, and then the student, you have about 2.5 minutes or so, whatever is comfortable for you, and you are going to share, and you're going to share from your heart. You may have some notes that you've prepared. That's great. If you haven't, that's fine too, because we know that you will say everything just perfectly. And this is what you're going to talk about. You're going to introduce your family and your guests. So instead of saying, this is my mom and my dad, you'll say, this is my mother, either Sally Myers or Linda Williams, and you'll say their names. Then you're going to introduce the teacher by their name as well. Then we want you to share a little bit about your college and career goals. And if you have not decided where you are going to attend college, we want to know where you wish to attend college or where you plan to apply. All right? And a little bit about what you plan to do. And we want you to share about your current life on campus. And it doesn't have to be long, but we'd like to know a little bit about what you're doing at school. Then we're going to ask you to answer one or more of the following questions. The first question is, what do you believe is your greatest contribution to your school, community, or family? Number 2, what do you think is the most significant life lesson that you will take with you to college? Or 3, how do you plan on giving back to our community or paying it forward? Or the final question, share a personal story that demonstrates an obstacle that you have overcome. And when you get to that point, if you're going to share on one or all of them, we want you to say, an obstacle that I have overcome is, and share it that way. That way we all know. And if you miss anything, then I'll make sure, tell us where you're going to go to college. So we will not let you miss anything, trust me. Then after that, you're going to give your your teacher the opportunity to say a few words, and then the final speaker will be one parent or one family member will be able to share. And so we have about 6 or so minutes per family or per school, and so we just ask you to enjoy your time up here. And I know for parents you might feel a little nervous, but it's okay because we have tissue here. All right, it's right underneath the table. And then I always tell everyone at the tables out there to save a little dry corner of your napkin, because we truly do share some tears of joy as well with you. So with that, I would like to begin with Brian Morris from Paloma Valley High School. All right.
We're good. Well, good afternoon. Thank you again to our lunch sponsors for putting this on as we assemble up here. Rachel and family over here. Last year we were handed a bit of a problem at Paloma in that our cadet program, our NJRTC program, had about 71 students in it. And as you know with Marine Corps, they don't just take anyone in a program. And so we've been very select over the years about our program. Well, the Navy was telling us, if those numbers don't go up, you won't have a program. So we began looking at our leadership challenges, and we made some changes, and we brought in the commanding officer to my left and the master sergeant to my right. And in a very short period of time, they kept their standards high, but as of today, we've gone from 71 cadets to, Ms. Schlosser, how many?
To 175.
175. So the program is safe and secure, and Navy's very happy, and we're happy to say that the standard of excellence in that program continues to remain there. Ms. Schlosser is our commanding officer for our NJRTC program. She's excellent in everything she does, and most importantly, she's just a wonderful, wonderful person. And so I'd like to bring her up now.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rachel Schlosser, and the ones who are accompanied with me today are my parents, my mother, Doris Schlosser, and my father, Michael Schlosser, along with my sibling who's interpreting, William Schlosser, and my instructor, Master Sergeant Frank Puebla. I plan on going to college on the East Coast like Georgetown University or George Mason University, and I plan on studying either computer science, forensic science, or international affairs. Now, some of the few things I'm involved in. I'm currently the commanding officer at Paloma Valley NJRTC. I'm on 4 drill teams. I'm also on the color guard team, PT team, and academic team. And to answer one of the few questions, what do you think is the most significant life lessons that you will take with you to college? Well, the biggest life lesson that I've learned from my surroundings is that don't let anyone influence you in a negative way, because it will blind you and you won't see the ladder to success. I haven't allowed this to happen to me because 1, I see light in every situation. And 2, why would you want someone to bring you down? It wastes your precious time. I say this to cadets who confide in me, and they do come to a realization what the lesson means. Help cadets grow and become better individuals by using this simple life lesson. Now, thank you for listening, and thank you for your support and generosity. Now to introduce Master Sergeant Puebla.
Good afternoon, everyone. Superintendent, dignitaries, and all the special guests and families. It's truly my honor to be able to celebrate on such a wonderful occasion. And as if breaking bread together as a family wasn't enough, but to uphold all our wonderful kids in our schools and so forth. I mean, what more can be asked? What I like to do, though, is just take a couple seconds and illuminate a more clearer picture of my commanding officer. Very humble, very noble in her description of herself. But let me tell you, everything rises and falls with leadership. And no other commanding officer in 13 years ever had the challenge of leading 175 cadets. And she is doing so superbly. In fact, one of the things that's most impressive about my commanding officer is the fact that, you know, in this age of a whole bunch of selfishness, I mean, it's the teenage years and so forth, one of the things that is so impressive is her ability to listen. Empathic listening. she kind of threw in a little blurb there about other cadets coming to confide in her. She has a line of young teenagers that look up to her and respect her enough that they come and speak personal things, challenges at home, grades and things of that nature, and she's able to tap in to the greatness that's inside them, shows it to them, and they go off a little bit more motivated, a little bit more capable, and that kind of leadership is hard to teach, and I gotta tell you, I didn't give it to her. Must have been her parents. Must have been her parents. But once again, congratulations, ma'am. You did awesome job.
Thanks, sir.
Hi, my name is Doris Schlascher. I'm her mother, Rachel, and my husband. My husband and I are very family proud of my daughter, Rachel. And Rachel, she decided she wanted through all that her life at school, the year in the high school. Rachel is very active in NGR OTC, and she worked hard, a lot of work. So I'm going to say thank you for support, Master Sergeant and Principal, for working hard for students and my daughters. I'm proud of all that stuff. And thank you very much all.
Thank you, and now I'd like to bring up Dr. Iglesias and Paris Lake High School.
We can't do this alone. Come on up. Again, what an honor to be here today. Being part of this collective group, for acknowledging our students. It gives me a great honor and privilege to introduce Melinda. I'm going to summarize our experience together in one word, and that word is fearless. And I would like to say that as the principal of Paris Lake High School, I do prep my students for board presentations, especially my board reps. And so I put them through a set of questions, drills in the office. What are you going to do if somebody doesn't show up? What are you going to do if they ask you a question? And so Melinda was fearless. She would look at me and say, well, I'm just going to go ahead and answer those questions. I'll just go ahead and take command of the situation. And so guess what happens the day she presents to the board? We're missing about 3 people. And what I saw in her the first time, I saw again at that board meeting. Fearless. She got up there, what's my part? What's my part? I'll take her part, I'll take his part. And she just presented and was able to represent our school and our schools in our district. And I'm just very honored to stand beside you tonight. Today, not tonight, today, acknowledging what you're doing for our school. So I'm introducing today Melinda Hernandez.
Hi everyone, my name is Melinda Hernandez. I'm a senior at Paris Lake High School. I would first like to introduce my family, beginning with my dad, Francisco Hernandez, and my brother, Francisco Hernandez Jr. And my teachers, Ms. Flores and Mrs. Puente, and my principal, Dr. Iglesias. And I am interested in attending the Art Institute in Santa Ana to pursue a career in photography. I have always had an interest in photography because I would like to capture any and all special memories, moments, and emotions among us. It is true that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Along with the photography, I would also like to pursue a career in fashion. Fashion is a form of expression in which I feel demonstrates the professionalism of each individual, including myself. Fashion has always been an important part of my life, and not only does it make a definite statement about your appearance and professionalism, but it also reinstates my performance and expectations as an individual as well. And this school year, I have been involved in ASB, Senior Club, and journalism. As for ASB, my responsibilities there is to work student store, create upcoming events, and field trips. In Senior Club, I enjoy being part of it because I am practicing my skills in fashion that I would be pursuing in my future career. Once a month, all seniors on campus dress professionally to practice the experience of a professional working world. My role in journalism helps me to interact and understand other people's point of view in various situations, which also helps me to develop further in my career relating to understanding how people have different opinions, beliefs, and trends of style. And during my childhood, I went through a lot with my family. My dad has been there for us for many years, ever since we were left without a mother. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
And even though we don't live with our mother, I always tell my dad that he has done a great job being both parents for us. He has always been there whenever I needed my mother. He gave me support and has helped me to be where I am today. I also had many people in my life who didn't believe in me, didn't actually think I would get far in life, put me down and push me around. But I didn't let any of that stop me, and I won't let it stop me now. Thanks to my family, teachers, and friends who believed in me, I am successful, and I am proud to be where I am now.
Teacher.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Melinda, as you can see, is very genuine. She's full of respect, class, understanding, and especially professionalism. She's eager to begin her adult life with a business set mind in photography, hoping to get her own business eventually. She's very compassionate, loving, outgoing, and very effective. She's never demonstrated any hindrance when it comes to her progression. Her determination has always served as her perseverance relating to her educational goals. She's very radiant, she's one of a kind, and as you can see, she's grown up to be a very, very strong young lady, and I'd just like to congratulate her dad for the wonderful job that he's done as both parents. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Francisco Hernandez, her brother, and I would like to say these past few years she's been a very good student. We have our up and downs. We argue once in a while. So that's brother and sister. And I'm very happy that she got Student of the Month. She's been winning a lot of awards, you know, and I just really love her. She's my little sister. That's all.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
I have something little short to share. I have had the joy and pleasure of working with Melinda for about 2 years. In that time, I have learned about the wonderful young lady that she is. Her attitude towards education has always been positive and enthusiastic. This year, I've had the pleasure of working with Melinda directly with ASB. In ASB, we have tons of jobs and activities that our group has to do throughout the school year. Melinda is one of those students that always gets the job done without any hesitation. Anytime her group may be falling behind on an assignment, Melinda gets them back on track. She's not afraid of being firm and direct, but even when she is firm and direct, she is very funny. Humor makes any day better. I know that Melinda will get far in life and achieve great things. Congratulations, Melinda.
Mayor, I apologize. I was just following Sally's orders of one teacher.
Divide and conquer.
Now it gives me great honor and privilege to
I'm sure she'll forgive you.
she will introduce Principal of Heritage High School, Julie Zerl.
I think he might be faster. Maybe he wants to go to UCLA.
All right, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here to talk about this outstanding student, Jamal Morrow. This kid is just one of those kids that you see on campus, you see on the football field, you see in the classroom. He's probably one of the most hardworking kids I've ever met. And he has two qualities that oftentimes don't go together, and that's confidence and humbleness. And this kid is over and over and over again, I can't help but compliment him on how humble he is. If you've ever seen him play football, every time he steps on the field, you're kind of blown away by what he does next. But then he gets into the end zone, just celebrates quietly with his teammates, and back to business. He's not about showboating, and I think that it says a lot about who he is. It says a lot about how his parents have raised him. He's just an outstanding kid, and one of the things that I'm going to miss probably the most is you'll see him, I'm sure he's going to smile here in a minute, but he has one of the greatest smiles you'll ever see on a kid too, and he just leads by example. He shows by what he does on the field, in the classroom, out on campus, to his classmates, his teammates, and is not loud or very vocal, but he always demonstrates just what should be expected of every kid. So it's my pleasure to introduce Jamal Morrow.
How you guys doing? I'd like to introduce my family. My little brother Isaiah, my dad Johnny Morrow, and my mom Vera Morrow, and my coaches, Coach Moore and Coach Broach, and my principal Miss Z. And well, I'm going on Washington State on a full scholarship for football. And I plan on studying either kinesiology or communication, so I can either be an athletic trainer or a sports broadcaster, somewhere around there. So I really want to stay inside the sports business or somewhere around there, because I don't see myself doing anything other than sports because I love it just so much. And so around school, I've been an Avid for 4 years now, and been in football for 3 years, and I'm the football captain, and also I'm in the Spread the Word Foundation. So we go around our school and pretty much just spread the word about cancer and all that good stuff. So have everybody have awareness. And so after I come back from Washington State, I want to I just want to help little kids, give back to the community, help little kids become great men, and not just see what they see on TV, have them become somebody to look up to. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
I guess Ms. Zerl and I probably should have discussed what we were going to talk about before we talked about it. The word that comes to mind when I think of Jamal is humble. I could read a laundry list of accomplishments that he's accomplished in high school, on the football field, in the classroom. And if you met him, you'd never know. You'd never know. If you had a conversation with him outside on the sidewalk out here, you'd have no clue his athletic ability, his accomplishments. But yet, he's such a humble young man. And it's such a great honor to be here to honor him and to be able to nominate him for Student of the Month. And it's just, I just want to say congratulations, Jamal.
Come on. Great. Got the mic. Okay. I guess the best thing I could say about Jamal, and I'm the head football coach at Heritage High School, it has nothing to do with football. Here's a young man that just has it figured out. Yeah, as a coach and a teacher, it's great to have the feeling of just a kid that, regardless, you don't have to worry about him. Whatever he chooses to do, whatever path he takes, he's going to be successful at it because he has it figured out. And that comes from his family. They're one of the most positive group of people that I've ever been around. And it's been my privilege to be around him. He brings me strength as the head football coach.
And that's just the type of person he is. Jamal, thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Hi, good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to start by saying thanks to all the sponsorships and thank you for supporting this great program. And then secondly, I'd like to thank the principal, Ms. Zero, Coach Broach, and Coach Moore. Thank you guys for having us here. It's a pleasure to be here. And I just want to continue to say to Jamal, we're so proud of you. Thank you for all your hard work and all your dedication. Jamal's been a great, awesome son and a wonderful student, never had any problems throughout his whole childhood, never had a problem at school. And I just want to let him know that we love him and we're proud of him. And I just want to piggyback off what Ms. Zero said and also Coach Moore. One of Jamal's striking characteristics is his humbleness. Jamal has a great heart and he's very, very humble. You know, a lot of parents come up to me, and like a couple weeks ago after a Friday night football game, a parent came up to me. She'd go, "Oh, I ran into Jamal at In-N-Out. They were celebrating their victory." She'd go, "How'd you guys do, Jamal?" Jamal said, "Oh, we won as a team." The very next day, she read the newspaper and saw his stats. It wasn't about him. She'd go, "Oh my God, he didn't tell me he scored all these touchdowns and ran for these yards," because he's not selfish. Jamal is very humble. He doesn't boast, and I just ask that him continue to stay that way, and he'll be great. And thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
I want to add one more thing because I thought this is kind of suitable for the same thing, but Jamal actually forgot to tell his parents that he was Student of the Month. But I walked up to his parents on Friday before the football game and I said, "Congratulations," and they're like, "For what?" And I said, "Jamal didn't tell you?" And they're like, "Tell us what?" That he's Student of the Month. This is a huge deal. There's only like 9 kids the whole year that get this award. So that sums it up. He just is that humble. He doesn't really think about those types of things. He really thinks about the success of everybody around him. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Lynn Sheffield and Paris High.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. And first of all, I wanted to thank all the sponsors for this wonderful program and to be amongst all these wonderful students. I'm happy to be here today to introduce the Paris High School Student of the Month. I have Alejandro Contreras, and he's a student that he was represented and recommended by I think just about all of his teachers. And normally we get 1 or 2 that recommends a student, but all of his teachers recommended him, and the one next to me just happened to recommend him every month. So she won the opportunity to come and talk about Alejandro. He's a wonderful student involved in a variety of programs, which is why he had so many that wanted to come and share some of the great things that he has to offer for himself as well as his family and the community. So I'm very happy to introduce to you Alejandro Contreras.
Like Ms. Sheffield said, my name is Alejandro Contreras, and I would like to introduce my family. My sister, that's a sophomore right now, Rosara. My brother, that's a freshman, George. My little sister, that's a 5th grader, Yesenia. And my mother, Fidencia. My dad couldn't be here today because he had to work, but and there's that. And then my teacher, Ms. Savage. I plan to, for college, I plan to stay in California, attend a UC, like a UCI, UCSD. I'm working on my application right now, and I want to go into the field of engineering. I don't have a really thought hard about exactly what engineer I want to do, but mechanical or electrical, that's towards what I'm leaning towards. Things that I'm involved in school include AVID. I joined last year. ASB, I also joined last year. I've been running track since freshman year. Cross country, I did it since sophomore year. Also, I'm in the National Honor Society and Lean Crew. What I think is the most significant life lesson that I will take with me to college would be that I've learned that, like, you yourself are the biggest determinant in your future. There are other factors like the community you come from, your family's financial situations, friends, all of that. That does go into it, but the single most important thing about being a significant thing is that you have to be the person that will decide your future, and that's Oh, that's it. I would like to thank the sponsors for their support and generosity today, and introduce my teacher, Ms. Savage.
Thank you, Alejandro. I just wanted to share with you some of the reasons that I kept nominating Alejandro. And I was kind of waiting for him actually to become a senior, because I've actually known Alejandro since his sophomore year when he was a student in my chemistry class. And at the time he was, what I remember, because it's changed, he was a quiet student, but he was very strong academically. And then last year, as a junior, he was a student in my AP chemistry class. And he wasn't as quiet, but he was still strong academically. But he was occasionally given to moments of doubt and frustration. And I recall him saying, he just kind of hung his head and shook his head and said, "Savage, I don't know why I did this." So he questioned the wisdom of signing up for AP Chemistry. And so I advised him not to give up, and he didn't. And he ended up getting an A in both semesters. And what he saw was the wisdom in taking an AP class where the national mean score is not a passing grade. And what he saw was the true benefit of just having taken the class and the exposure to more extensive content and to more rigorous discussion. And he has always challenged himself that way. And I was just looking over his transcript yesterday, and he has, since his freshman year, he has taken 12 honors classes or advanced classes or AP classes. And his GPA has never been below 4.0. It is currently, his weighted GPA is currently a 4.333. But of course, they always go by the unweighted GPAs. So he is a clear 4.000. And he's actually, it was funny because I pulled the transcript and it said he was number one, and I kind of knew there was another one. So he's tied for number one out of a class of 618. So it's these things that just stand out to me. So when the Student of the Month email comes around, it's like, got one. And like, he's not just an academic slogging through and keeping his head down and doing the book thing. Alejandro has grown in his gregariousness, and he's quite charismatic, and he participates in ASB. His Link Crew, which is a connection between our senior class and our freshman class to get them acclimated to high school experience. And he's a leader in his class. He's a leader in the discussion. He is a leader in successful work habits. And he's a leader in humorous comments too, which most of them are at me. But I can roll with that because it's a joy and it's an honor to have Alejandro as a student. And I wish him every success, and I fully believe that he will be successful at whatever he chooses to do. Thank you.
My brother Alex is my greatest role model. His success in academic and as well as in athletics inspires me to strive for the very best. Alex is a very intelligent, strong-minded, and mature, determined young man. He has taught me discipline and determination. I will always look up to my older brother. He deserves the very best in life. Congratulations on all your academics. We are very proud of you.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to bring up Miss Sally Myers again.
Next to you while you get your stuff ready. While Sally gets her stuff ready, we don't talk politics at these events, but this is not politics. This is about a community. Last night, worst economy since the Great Depression. We've got 40% of our students at Paloma Valley on free and reduced lunch, close to 90% at our other schools. Community struggling. And in spite of that, the community said they wanted to invest in schools. And so they approved Measure T. They taxed themselves to rebuild Paris High School, finish the work of building Penacati Middle School, building a new middle school in Paris, and a new high school in Menifee for the eventual unification of the Menifee School District. And that is, yes, other school bonds passed, but not in a community with as much, a high number of seniors. In Sun City, those seniors who are on fixed incomes said, we need to support our schools. I just want you to know on behalf of the administration and the school district, we're so proud to work in this community.
Thank you very much.
thank you for sharing that information. I appreciate that. I would now like to introduce the students that are behind our cameras. So we have Mark Mendez. Mark? Okay. All from Paloma Valley High School. Monica Trejo. Hannah, is it Clegg? Hannah Clegg? Okay. Up here. And Randy, if you want to come forward again really quickly and poke your head into the window real quick. And we also want to say thank you again to Mr. Randy Hughes from Paloma Valley High School, who leads these great students. No, we like looking at you. Nice white shirt and red tie. And our technical director is behind the window there. It's Zachary. Is it Irelson? I don't know if I got that right. Israelson, I think so. And the audio engineer is Matt Snedden. So let's give them a great round of applause. They received lunch today, but not until they meticulously tear down everything, wrap up all the cords perfectly, and then take it out and load it back into Randy's truck. And then they get to have their lunch. So Mr. Hughes is quite disciplined, and his video students learned that discipline of being able to come out, work on a project, and be around folks like you, which is a great experience for them, and then to be able to go back to the school and edit the program for the Time Warner Cable Television. So that's quite exciting. And you know, I was listening to all the students, and John, I stole your program, and I wrote all over it, and I used Pastor Ted's pen, so thank you very much. But I really enjoy listening to the students, and I find that every month when I'm here, I get inspired and I'm motivated to even do more, push myself even more, drive myself even more, because we got to take some time here to stop everything we're doing, and like they say, smell the roses, but we know we're really being able to listen to the stories. And we heard words today like humble and committed. We heard about perseverance, and those are things that are difficult for so many adults, let alone young adults as yourselves. And your family support, I was just really impressed, and I just was so grateful. And the greatest thing about Student of the Month is that you get to come and you speak in front of folks that you don't even know, and you get to share from your heart. And it is a wonderful experience to be able to dress for success. I mean, both of our men had ties on today, you know, and we have programs like this in Temecula, Murrieta, and Lake Elsinore, and we don't always see ties. But we saw them here today in Paris. That says something. It really does. And so I was just very impressed with that. And at the end, I always share some special words from, he's actually a mentor of mine and my husband's, and his name is John Maxwell. He's a pastor, he's a motivational speaker, just a great author, and he does something now called Minute with Maxwell. And for those of you that are sponsors, you know that my husband and I, we listen to him together every morning, and we just like to shed those great words of wisdom as before we hop out and start our day. And one that I was listening to not too long ago is on a word called ethics. And I just think that that's a very important word, because if we're going to continue to run this great country, if our students are going to continue to be leaders and mentors to other students around you, we do it really by one of the great values and attributes called ethics. So John Maxwell said it was okay for me to share his Minute with Maxwell with you today. So here we go.
Today's word is ethics on Minute with Maxwell. Hi, I'm John. And Andy Mason from Glendale, Arizona, who's a realtor, said, talk to me about it. Well, probably in the last 5 years, the word ethics would be one of the top 100 words that are Googled around the world. In fact, I remember a couple of years for sure it was #1. And the reason for that is because we see companies, we see people, organizations sometimes that are unethical. In other words, they're not truthful. What they say and what they do doesn't match. It doesn't coincide. It throws us a curve. It throws us a mental curve. A lot of times when people are unethical to us, it throws us an emotional curve. Causes a huge question mark in our life. Here's what I know. Many years ago, I made a determination that I would follow a rule, a very simple rule to be an ethical person. It's called the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you.
So that was from John Maxwell, and I really like that because as I was listening to all the students today, I mean, I know from the core values that you all are ethical and that you want to make a difference in the lives of others around you. And that is really the essence and the spirit of Student of the Month. And that's why you were all selected. Not a laundry list of activities, not those great 4.0 GPAs, but who you are inside your heart. Your heart and your soul. And so I just want to say thank you so much for sharing with us. You have definitely inspired us, and we're going to go out and make it a great day in Paris and Menifee and in the United States of America. So I would like to close by telling all the students we're going to take a picture out front. Sarah's got her camera, and of course we're going to have our council members as well join us for that picture, and our superintendent and our leaders from our chambers. We'd love to have you in that picture too. So we'll grab your bags, and may God richly bless you. Thank you very much.